Boy, howdy, what a game in Toronto. We just finished watching between the Spurs and the Raptors. It's Mo Money with you here, and we'll get right into it. Um, it didn't start out great for the Raptors, as it hardly ever does. They had no compete in the first half. There were people just blowing by this team. It didn't look like they had any heart. And the Spurs looked really good. Midway through the first quarter, it wouldn't have looked that bad except it was 20 or 10-7 rather. And then it just got worse and worse and worse. The Spurs had a 10-2 run at one point, stretching their lead to 14. Their halftime lead was 19. They were up by as much as 22 points. It didn't look good for the Raptors as at halftime it was 54-35. And if you enjoy this content, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And yeah, so the Raptors, second half, battling back, battling back, battling back. And it looked like there would be a time where they wouldn't get it done because every time the Raptors cut it to 5 or 6 or something like that, the Spurs would stifle it with a 4-0 run of their own. They'd be up 8, 9 points. But Scotty just refused to lose today. Scotty had 17 of his 28 points in the fourth quarter and overtime. He had 28 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals. I know we talk about that dude a lot on the At the Buzzer podcast, but it sure seems like Scotty is on his way to being that dude. And I don't like to anoint people, but he's also he's just strengthening his case rather for being the best player on this Raptor team. He took over in the fourth quarter and he just willed his team to victory. Without Scotty, there's no way they win this game. By the way, the final score was 123-116. Wembanyama had himself a game as well. Let me just pull it up so I get his stats absolutely right. Wembanyama had uh 20 points, 9 boards, 4 assists, 1 steal, and 5 blocks. So it's not like Wembanyama had a lackluster game either. He and the Spurs came to play. They were up 22. And then there was a play in the fourth quarter where the Raps were tied, and there was a foul call that was reviewed because Radjanovic, the Raptors coach, wasn't happy with the call. And it took about 4 minutes, I would say, or at least it felt like 4 minutes, for this call to be upheld. And then the Spurs got 2 free throws. They knocked them both down, and then the Raptors missed a three to win the game. Got the rebound. OG Anunoby hits the shot to go to overtime. I tell you, it was a miraculously wonderful game for the Raptors, despite the fact of being down 22. And then they started sharing the ball in overtime and were up as many as 6. Wembanyama tried to keep the Spurs in this game, couldn't do it. Like I said, Scotty's making a case for being that dude. Couple other things that happened. The Raptors make it. They tied the largest comeback of our halftime lead, and I'm pretty sure 22 points was the largest comeback in Raptor history. Scotty Barnes, OG Anunoby hitting threes. OG Anunoby sending the ball home. Uh, Dennis Schroeder had 20 points. Jakob Pertl chipped in. Gary Trent hit a big three. I was very surprised by this Raptor team and their ability to come back. They're 3-4. They're 1-1 on this road trip. And as much as I say The Raptors need to lose to improve the franchise long term. It's more fun when the Raptors win. It's more fun when the Raptors are playing well. And also Dennis Schroeder, 20 points. I didn't think he had that solid of a game, but he seemed to come through when the Raptors needed it. He found Pascal, gave up the ball. He only had like 4 assists today. But tip of the cap to Dennis Schroeder. The Raptors needed this one as they lost to Philly in their first game of this road trip. They win this one, so they're 1-1 with 2 games to go. But the reason this game was so important was because they've got Dallas on Wednesday and then they got Boston as well for the final 2 games of this road trip. So it's not like the Raptors could afford to drop this one, go to 2-5, and possibly end up 2-7 due to the level of competition. However, the Raptors have beaten the Bucks also this year at 3-4. So, what are your thoughts of this Raptor team to this point? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, may your ego come from a place that keeps you humble. I'm Mo Money. Mamba out.